Hello everyone. Could you turn on your video?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, sister.
Good evening.
Good evening, sister.
Okay. Today's class will be hosted by George. George, will you proceed?
Oh, okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is the screen visible to all? Something.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for today's class, we'll just have a small HTML project done, and we'll just learn some of the techniques you can use for doing any vibe coding project. All right. So first, we'll just start with some basics where we'll install the softwares. Do all of you have Visual Studio Code installed?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is there anyone without it or something? Okay, so if everyone has it installed, first thing, go to Gemini, just type in Gemini in your web browser and go to Gemini and sign in. Right, just go to Gemini, open it and sign in. Do the same for ChatGPT. Type in ChatGPT and go there, open it and keep it. Same for Claude. Is that done? Or yeah. If you have opened all these three, we can start. So you can take notes if you want. So vibe coding is like you tell AI what you want to do and the AI does it for you. So if you're gonna code, I'll code it in seconds. That's the main idea behind this. So there are some important things you should note. One is that AI can go wrong. So you should always know that it's giving the right thing or not. You should check it and then only you should proceed. And the other one is you should not copy paste every code you see. You should check if it's correct and then only copy and paste it, or something could go wrong later on. Yeah. So let's learn about how you can prompt. So there is this framework called Co-Star framework. The first one is context. So when you start prompting, the first thing you should give is you should give your AI a role. So what's the role? If you're doing making a HTML page, so you are a HTML builder, something like that. Whatever it is, you should give the AI a role. Objective is what you actually want to get from your prompt. Style is how you would like your answers to be, the tone, audience, and how the response should be. So we'll start by making a HTML project. So first in Gemini, we'll start by making something called a habit tracker, a simple one. So the first phase should be about planning. It's about how you would like your project to be or what features you would like. For this, I want to make a habit tracker like this. Give me ideas. Yeah. So when you type in this, it'll give you some ideas, but as you can see, it's not what we want. It's what we actually want is for HTML, right? So I want to make habit tracker using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then the second one is objective, that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Style, make it colorful and engaging. That's the style. The tone, motivational. Audience, for school kids. Any response? Give a plan with features. So now you can see that it has given you a plan which you can implement. Have you tried this? Can you try it out if some of you would like to? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you understanding or anything you would like to clarify?
No, sir.
No, it should be an interactive session. So did you open Gemini and type in something or something?
No, sir.
Yeah, can you all open Gemini? Let's do it together. So it'll be interactive.
Yeah.
Your brother, Ashish brother.
Okay, so just follow these: context, objective, style, tone, audience, and response. So after you give this, you'll get something like a plan, which you can use. The same thing, you can do it in ChatGPT. So Claude, this is where you actually to get the coding done. So Claude lets you code all the HTML, CSS, JavaScript without context limits. So you wouldn't be using Gemini and ChatGPT for that. You should be using Claude. So let's see how. Start a new chat. Okay, so I want to make a HTML, CSS, and JavaScript website for this plan. Paste in the plan which you got from Gemini, yeah, and then make me the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files. Okay, so when you give the prompt, it'll take some time and I'll start building the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript pages, which you can directly put in your VS Code to run. So yeah, you could also try it out. Simple steps. Just go to Gemini, ask this, give an idea, follow these steps, give a context, objective of what you want, the style, tone, audience response, and get a plan from it. Read the plan if it's good, put it into Claude and ask it to create the code.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So in my PC, it's just giving directly the code. If I ask for a good prompt, it's just going crazy. So I'm not getting a perfect prompt to paste in Claude.
Okay, so tell first what you want. I want to make a habit tracker or any idea that you like to.
Incoming call from Dad identified by Truecaller.
Okay, let me write down one for you. Okay, so context. So when it comes to context, the first thing is to give the AI a role. So if you are making HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you're making a website, okay? You are a website builder, first step. Yeah, that's called context. Objective. Objective. What's the objective here? The objective would be I want, give your idea here, to make a habit tracker, right? Style. What style would you like it to be? Calm. You can give colors, red, blue. No, any color you like to. Tone, motivating or motivational. This audience, students. Or you can specify age group like 18 to 20, something like that. Response is what output you would like to have. So give me an implementation plan. So these things which are marked here, just paste them, write them to your Gemini or ChatGPT, all these. Same as what's done here. I want to make a habit tracker using HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Make it colorful and engaging, motivational, and give a plan. Something like that, simple. Okay, so what Claude here does is, first, it'll start building all the pages for you separately. So first you'll get your index.html, styles.css, and your JavaScript here. Okay, so the other thing about this is if you change this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to whichever thing or technology you want, it'll make it in that method. So if I give here React, which is a more advanced version of this, it'll make you a plan that is good for React, right? So did you try this and make your own prompt? Could I know? Were you able to?
Yeah.
So you got your implementation plan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now take the plan, put it into Claude. Okay, now you can see, let's say, Claude is given us all the files. Yeah, it'll take some time because it has to code all of it. So yeah, download all of them. Just download them one by one, or you can download it as a zip folder. Go to this, open a folder, extract all. And open this folder. Yeah. So now index.html. Why do we use Claude? That's the question here. We use Claude because if you try the same thing, if you ask ChatGPT to code it, if you use Gemini to code it, it will give you answers, but they won't be this elaborate because Gemini and ChatGPT, both of them, they have a context limit. So beyond a certain limit, they can't write code. But Claude, on the other hand, it can write as many lines of code as you would like it to. Yeah. Because if you see, it wrote 552 lines of code just with styles.css. But if it was with ChatGPT or any other LLM, you'll see that it'll only go max up to 100 lines of code. Yeah, now you could run this directly. Reveal in File Explorer. Just open this index.html in the browser. Open with, let's say, Brave. Now the design looks kind of good. And if you try it, it also kind of works and you'll get much more. Like this is what Claude just built with few prompts. So here, if I refresh, it still stays on a new screen. It still stays because it's getting saved to local storage. What about giving something like drink water? So it has added that. And when you complete it, can you delete? Delete. Yeah. Light mode, dark mode. All this you can get if you just do these steps. A context, objective, style, tone, audience, and your response. Have you tried it out or are you trying it?
We are trying.
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 Yeah.
Trying. We are
It,
we are trying, sir.
yeah.
Trying, sir. Trying, sir.
Yeah. Okay. You need not give it as a habit tracker. Any idea, any website you want, just give it in here.
Okay. Mm.
Let's do something more. Okay, if your Claude is like generating the response. Let's also do something more. There's something called advanced animations. So you can go beyond this animation. It might look simple also, but you can enhance it more. Can you add advanced motion visual animations to this? This is one more prompt you can give where this looks good, but it looks kind of small. But if you want it to have more animations, you can ask it to do that. We can also edit it and say, add some animations looping in the background. Okay. Now, while this is doing the coding part, let me show you something else. So, which classes are most of you from? Which class are you guys from? Ninth.
Ninth.
Eight.
Could you tell me a chapter or any topic you have in your syllabus, college syllabus? Any topic which is there in your
Quadratic
syllabus?
equations.
Quadratic equations. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, let's take it. Quadratic equations. Make me a the numericals. Make me a prompt. So in Gemini, there are different modes. So fast, it'll give you the answers the fastest. Thinking is for like complex problems. But if you try thinking mode and it doesn't answer your questions, you could even try the pro one, which is for advanced maths and coding, right? So what I did is I took a topic, and it could be any topic. It could also be React, HTML, CSS. It could also be a technology. Ask it for all the types of questions, numericals, or all the subtopics that can come in that, right? Go to Claude, paste it in here, then make me a docs file teaching me this. Yeah, you can ask for a docs file, which is like a Word file, or you can ask it for a PPT, a PowerPoint presentation, and run it. So, have you tried the Claude one for generating your websites?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Was it good?
Yes,
Or
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So the thing is, when you ask for a study plan for any topic, you could also be like React. React is something new. So if you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can learn React, which is the next on top software for that, or the framework. So React, give me all the React topics to learn like this, and just give it. It will give you all the React topics. Take it, paste it into Claude, and ask it to make you a PPT or a docs file teaching you all those topics in detail, right? So it makes you a complete Word document that will actually have all the things you need to learn in there, right? That's how you use it to learn stuff in Claude. So here we got the new ones. I'll just copy paste them. So here you have 971 lines of code, which Gemini and the other ones can't do because of context limit. That's why for planning or getting ideas, you should be using Gemini. And when it comes to coding or writing code, you should be using Claude, right? App.js. Okay, this is taking some time. And one more thing, I'll tell you how you can make PPTs. Yeah. So there is this thing called Gamma. If you can see the PPT I made, which looks like this, all of this. Yeah. It's made with Gamma. So if you go in here, just give create new, paste in text, paste all the content. You could do something like, if some of you are in CBSE or something, NCRT, PDF, something like that, get some online textbook material, take it, copy the whole text of that or any numerical, paste it in here, make it a PPT or PowerPoint presentation, web page document, and you can learn from that. That is another one. So mostly, if you use Gamma, you can make PowerPoints like this. It'll add the images for you. It'll add the text. It'll make everything based on the requirements you give.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
But Gamma has watermarks when you export
Yeah.
it.
That's the only problem. But the paid plan wouldn't have. But if you want to learn, like it's not about that. If you want to learn, it can make you PPTs in that way. Okay, this would take some time. I guess it's almost done. Yeah, so we asked for a quadratic equation. This was the topic, and asked for a study plan, right? And then we asked it to make me a docs file teaching me this. Yeah. So it's just validating the docs file, would take some time. Yeah, so you get something like this, which has all the topics, event plan, a day plan, all this. So you could pretty much learn the whole topic from this. It is almost 19, 20 pages covering all the different topics and numericals. That the small number bx. Yeah, download it, use it for different topics. Yeah, that's Claude mostly. But also there is something called rate limits. So rate limits are calculated as how many input tokens and output tokens it has made. So if you see, there is so much content being made, each word could almost be counted as a top token. That's why if you exceed that limit, you can only use it after they'll tell you a time. So only after 11:30 you can get more free messages. Yeah. Or you could always log out, log in with a new account and try it out. So yeah. That's what's been planned till now. It got over a little early. Do you have any questions or anything you would like to learn apart from this or something I could tell you about? Or anything, if anyone didn't get something, I could help you out with that. Hello. So were all of
Can you
you?
brief? Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can you brief it again once?
Okay. So the main goal of today's class was on how you can make your own websites. And we took a simple example of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you want other types of technologies also, you can just change the names. So the first thing we learned was about the co-star method, where you actually give it like this. You could take a screenshot. So first you should give the AI a role which you want it to do, what it should be doing. Yeah. Then you should give it what is your objective. So if we are making a website, should give you a website idea, right? After that, you can give a style, how the website should be. Or if you're asking it to teach you something, you can give a polite tone. Give me in a polite way, something like that. Your age or something. So the AI will like give the response according to what you can understand. And response. If you want it in a structured way, give it like JSON format. Or here we actually want a plan that needs to be done. So we give your response format. Yeah. So after that, you will get your plan. And yeah, here's your plan. You'll get the plan to make your website or whatever thing you are making. Put that into Claude, right? Put the whole plan into Claude and say, I want to make a HTML, CSS, or whichever technology file it is, and give me the steps. No, give me the different files. So ask it for the HTML file, CSS file, and JavaScript file. It'll take some time because it's writing so many lines of code. Download them, put it in your base code, check if the code is good. If you want, you can just make subtle changes in the code if you want, and just open it in your web browser and you can use it. Sometimes, let's say if I put hello here, I change it to something like this and I put it. Sometimes it wouldn't work if it's a complex feature. This is simple. So then you should tell it that this feature isn't working. Could you correct it? Or you can provide ideas in order to correct it. Add this, add a div tag, something like that. So with that, you can do. And yeah, something like this. And now it shows some pop-ups. So you could change it and say, instead of confetti pop-ups, you could show me something else or play a music, add background music. If you ask it to put a background music, provide it an MP3 file, it'll actually play the music in the background, right? The other thing we learned was how you can learn using AI. So give your topic, ask it to give me all the topics that or the subtopics, numericals, types of questions, etc. for this one topic. You can give more topics, that's also fine. Yeah. And go to Claude, tell it, make me a docs file teaching me this. Yeah. Paste in the output from this and paste it here. And it'll make your docs file a Word file to be specific, which will have all the topics which you mentioned or which is there in this plan. All of it will come as a Word file. You could just download it from here. Open it up. And yeah, it's not small like Gemini and all. It is way huge, so many examples, so many answers. But it could also go wrong. You'll have to just cross-check it once because you can't fully trust AI with maths. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll give you question, solution, question, solutions. Solve this, and there's a solution down here. Solve this, you can learn it like that. Many things. Apart from that, you can learn new technologies like React, for example. Ask it for a React plan. So React is like built on top of JavaScript. So if you're familiar with all these HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you want to learn React or you want to learn Next.js, ask it for the plan. It'll give you all the topics, all the subtopics that are there in React. Paste it to Claude and get your docs file or a PowerPoint presentation, and you can learn from that. Yeah, these are like, let's say, all offline vibe coding tools. If you directly want to like vibe code online, there are tools like Bolt app. You can use this Bolt. Or you can use V0 app. Yeah, but this has an age limit of you being 16 or 18 years. So this might not be possible right now because it has an age restriction. In this is online vibe coding. So here it's the same thing. It's like your ChatGPT or your Gemini Claude all combined together in one place, which will make you a complete website, right? But this thing, it codes in React, Next.js, etc. If you give your same idea in this, it'll actually build one full website. The difference would be here we have single pages, right? You can even have this build multiple pages for you in one shot, but it's free until a limit. You can like get 300 tokens daily, or you'll have to come back later tomorrow. Rest of it is paid. Yeah. Any doubts? We have 15 minutes, so.
Sir, can we use only one language? Now we used HTML, JavaScript, CSS.
Yes, so we use that because that was our technology. So here instead of using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can change it and ask it to build it in React. So you just have to change the prompt the way it's also a mandate that you should be knowing the language, because when it comes to technologies like React, it's not that you'll just have 3 files here. You'll have to build a project, you'll have to run commands here, you'll have to create your project, should know which files, .jsx files you're using. Some of them you won't use. So only if you're familiar with those, because most of you guys might not know React, Next.js and all. Do any one of you know? Does any one of you know? Or something?
Basics I know, sir.
Yeah, so maybe the kids, they might not know about these like in depth. So I just took HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But in the next lessons, sorry?
Nothing, sir. Continue.
Yeah, in the next lessons, we'll do vibe coding for Python. We'll build a Python program. We'll also have it give an interface using tkinter. So the thing is that if you know Python basics, it's good. And tkinter, you don't need to know tkinter. You just have to make your Python code, give Gemini or Claude, say it, make a graphical user interface. That's it. We'll see it in the next class, how you can vibe code Python applications also. But this is a basic intro. Using this right here, this thing, you can code for any language you want, be it React, Next.js, all of them. So,
Sir,
yeah.
in this way, we can create anything like programs, like apps.
Applications, if you're making mobile apps, you need to learn Flutter, right? So mostly the best thing you could do is start with YouTube videos and all. Like that is one. But yeah, if you know how to write the code, you can prompt it.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah. So if you're familiar, if you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you could start with React, learn its basics, and just after you know how it works, you can just give it to Gemini, Claude, ask it to generate code for this file, this page, like this, like that. That's all. But yeah, prior knowledge of the tech stack is important. Because if it vibe codes something, if it codes something and you don't understand what the code means, you wouldn't know how to edit, where to edit what, right? So here it tells me that this one is the function to add habit. So you can add habits here. If I know JavaScript, I know that it also tells you to add habit though. I can just copy this and tell it, change something like this, change add name to something different, all those you can do. So first you should learn the technology, then you should apply it. You can vibe code it faster. So vibe coding is not for, let's say you don't know anything and you code it. It's like you know the stuff and you want to code it faster. Yeah. So that's the basic idea. Because if you know the stuff, you can code it way faster than the person who doesn't know the stuff. They'll be good in hackathons and all. Everyone would be vibe coding nowadays for hackathons, events, competitions and all. But if you know what comes where, you can code it faster. Yeah. So you can try out different ideas, maybe different ideas or whichever topics you have for your exams or whatever, just ask it for a study guide. This is just one topic and it made so much. You can give 5, 6 topics, give a whole chapter. In Claude, you can even put PDFs. So I think if you guys study NCRT, which I used to study, you can download NCRT book PDFs, right? Here, textbooks. Select your class 9th. Subject, English. AI. Okay, let's go with science. Chapter. Take a chapter, download this chapter. Let's give print, Microsoft print PDF. Yeah. So here I'm out of free messages. Let me log out. Yeah. Basically, it's simple. You just have to take it. Here, click on the plus icon, agree, upload file, upload your PDF, and ask it, tell me the important topics and make a plan like this. Give it and it'll make you a plan. Copy the plan, put it in Claude. So first upload the Claude PDF, this PDF of whichever topic you're learning. Then take this plan, put it in here and ask it to make a docs file. It'll make you a proper docs file summarizing the whole chapter, right? That's one more way in which you can use it. It can be PDF, PPT, text file, docs file, any file. You can just upload it in here and paste in your plan from this, your study plan, and tell it to make a docs file. That's all. You can learn any topic, like super fast. Yeah? Any doubts if that's all?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, as you said that we are just now learning about offline vibe coding. In
Hmm.
online vibe coding, you said that Bolt has some limits to undergo. So, what about Firebase Studio? It's based on creating web development apps, mobile apps, Flutter, all
Hmm.
the programming languages that prompt engineering could be done in that languages are present in Firebase Studio. Is that
Yeah.
good?
Firebase is good. I could recommend more like V0 app. You let's say, I'll tell you one more thing. New chat. Okay. I want to make an app for give you an idea, like make an make a habit tracker app. Give me the online AI tools or vibe coding apps I can use. Give like this. You can ask AI, it'll recommend you all the tools, anything you want. Yeah. Lovable, Bolt, Replit, Basics info. Any idea you don't know how to do it, you want more ideas. So I made a habit tracker. If you look at my habit tracker, it lacks some things like music. It could also lack some more things. You could ask AI, I have an idea for a habit tracker. These are the ideas I have. Can you give me more ideas? Right? So when you ask it for more ideas, it'll actually find you more ideas and recommend you more stuffs. And you can go through and choose the ones you would like to have. Right? Or if you are like coding more, if you have learned many things, there is something called Google's yeah. Google's AI Studio is also one more, and AI agent. Claude Code. This is also one more. Claude Code. These are softwares. You'll have to install them in your laptop. Install and you can use agentic AI coding tools. These, yeah. Claude Code is one, but those are in the later stages when you're like in college, you could start using, or if you know React next year, you can still start. It's all about exploring. AI, it can give you any idea, any topic, it can teach you anything. So you just have to sit with it, ask it, learn, give it our inputs. That's all. Because nowadays, Python courses, HTML, CSS, nobody pays for the courses. They learn it from Gemini, Claude, all of these tools. That's why courses and all, they're getting purchased less. Yeah. Any questions? So shall we wind up the class, or? Was it useful or something?
Yes,
Any
sir.
suggestions for the next class?
It's so useful. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
No
then.
doubt, sir. It was very useful. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So you can all live, I guess. Thank you for.
Thank you, sir.